Hello everyone. So potentially some good news for Ukraine here. Blinken and David Lammy are heading to Ukraine, and it's been suggested that this is finally to give Ukraine permission to use ATACMS and Storm Shadow in Russia against targets. This is long overdue and should have been allowed since day one. I expect one of the reasons for the change may be because Russia is now getting missiles from Iran as well, so the US is finally taking the gloves off. Now, we don't know if this will be an immediate full lifting of restrictions or just preliminary talks about it, getting an idea from President Zelensky how Ukraine will use them and potential targets. And we also don't know if this will be Ukraine doing them in a free-for-all, able to hit what they want when they want, or if there will be approval for select targets only, such as just airfields, or even if Ukraine will have to obtain permission before any strike first. But here's a potential launch point in Sumy as shown as an example, a likely place for launches given the Kursk offensive. So, a 300-kilometer ATACMS can hit the entirety of Kursk, most of Belgrade, most of Bryansk, and most of Oryol regions. Launched from Kharkiv, it can cover most of Voronezh and some of Rostov, as well as some of the locations mentioned prior. Here's a nice little map showing Russia's air bases around Ukraine. So basically pick a spot in Ukraine, and then if an airbase is within 300 kilometers, then Ukraine would be able to hit it. And the air bases which are in range are shown here highlighted in red. So depending on where the ATACMS is launched, this is what potentially could be hit by them. Of course, this depends on what restrictions the US might place on ATACMS launchers in Russia. And I know there are bound to be some. I suspect that it may only be air bases that threaten Ukraine directly. So where Su-34s that launch glide bombs are launched from, rather than be able to hit anything. And maybe even limited to the region of the north, Kursk and Voronezh and bases around there. But who knows? But potentially some good news for Ukraine here. Hopefully the restrictions are zero restrictions. Ukraine can use these how they want. I just don't see that being likely. I think it will be limited to air bases, and very likely a select few which Ukraine will be given permission for, mainly the ones where glide bombers are launched from. But we'll have to wait and see. Now, I'm going to play a video from Cause for Ukraine about the handover of some equipment, which is worth a watch. Thanks so much, and take care, everybody.
Greetings, ATACMS audience. Difficult last week for Ukraine. Attack on civilian objects in Lviv, in Poltava, in Sumy. Many places. That's why we cannot stop. We have to deter the aggressor. We have to deal with the cause, not only with the effect. And today we are sending this first truck for the medics. There were different bloggers who helped us, but ATACMS audience, you guys were really active helping with this one. So we're sending this one to be further refitted for the medics' needs. But besides that, we also got 2 more trucks that are going for our superpowered trucks project. Both campaigns are still active. Both campaigns we still need funds for cars, for converting them, to bring them to the front line. That's why check out carforukraine.com/campaign. Support, and together to our shared victory.